I met Randall Grizzle over at .com Secrets. Does everybody know who .com Secrets is? Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels. I was blessed to have met Russell at a time when he was fighting tooth and nail to come out of bankruptcy. He didn't file bankruptcy, but he was damn close after the economy tanked and they did some stuff with the merchant accounts. And I watched this guy work and work and work and work. And at a certain point he said, hey, I want to start teaching other people how to do internet marketing again. Would you help me close those people? Help me be a salesperson. And I have to tell you, I kind of froze up. Oh, selling? But I always knew that being able to sell is the highest paid occupation on the planet. If you're good at it, you really learn the process, which is a process. It's not just being charming. There's a process to it. And so Russell gave us some applications of brand new people that he spent money on to get them to apply. And I started working the phones, being charming, making friends with them. They all loved me, and they all said, no, I'm not interested. And I'll tell you, a week of that, I was deflated. I literally went to Russell and said, dude, I suck at this. I'm sorry I let you down. He said, wait a minute, why'd you hold off? He said, I got something for you. So he brought in Robbie and Randy, and these two guys sat down and said, there's a process to this, pal. And they sat and they taught us how to walk through the psychological process of breaking down people's limiting beliefs to allow them to see their future and that they're capable, scared typically, but they are capable, and that we're surrounding them with support to make their passions happen. And that week, after we learned that stuff from you guys, Kimberly and I closed $90,000 worth of business in a week at a 20% commission. And that completely transformed my life, because for years I was I was raised in construction. I used to play with Yoda dolls in the sand pile. My dad was a mason. And then like at 7, he had me shoveling that stuff into the mortar mixer. And $500 a week, week after week, drink some Budweiser, go ride motorcycles, go to the mountains, come back and repeat. And get some credit card debt along the way. I don't know if you guys relate to that. So when I saw that I could earn $5,000 in a week, and I knew this process, I knew that things were changing. I'm not a big money guy. I'm a freedom guy. Right? And oh my God, I asked my dad, hey, do you really like construction? And I was serious, do you really like this? He's like, yeah, I love this. I said, Dad, I don't. My soul is dying inside. These guys that I'm working around who talk about their old ladies and barning up means going to the bar after work. Showing up the next morning and being called a roundhead by the masons who are the top dogs while they're puking off of the scaffolding because they're hungover. I said, Dad, this is going to kill me, man. And so I have pursued all my life to become not just an entrepreneur. I truly believe that we are all artists. And so I call myself an artist entrepreneur. And I found my passion. It took a lot of trial and error to get closer and closer to what I'm supposed to do in the world. And I truly believe that my job is to connect people, to be in connection. I worked big time in the recovery movement. Addicts of all kinds, food, pornography, booze, over shopping, checking out, media, all forms of addiction, right? The opposite of addiction isn't sobriety. The opposite of addiction is connection. It's connection. And we have been propagandized by our societal media. Maybe it's an unintended consequence that everything's outside of us. It's out there. Don't go in. Although all the spiritual texts say what? The kingdom of heaven is where? Within. But don't look there. Go to church on Sunday, but don't look there. Don't do the work. Keep going out there, buying stuff, more. And every time you leave your house to pay that credit card debt and that mortgage and all the shit you don't need, you're walking away from the people that you are most precious and priceless to you. Your children, your spouse, to go make that money. Grind, hustle. And people are dying. They're dying. Maybe not physically, but definitely spiritually. And that's not okay. So I don't want to turn this into like a Billy Graham event or well, maybe I do. But I think it's really important because I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't speak my absolute truth. I miss so much time with my kids. I miss so much of the juice of life, trying to be a baller. I'm not a Grant Cardone. I'm Troy. And I tell you what, I have something to contribute. So, and I don't, I don't grind. I flow. I'm a mountain boy. I like to get in the river and flow. And if I get tired, I get out of the river and I take a nap. And I get back in the river and I flow. Whereas in the past, I'd hit the whitewater, man, and I'd just drink some rock stars and I'd keep going and 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 knocked out 50 grand a week for a while. And then ended up in a recovery center. Stuff doesn't work, guys. We're flipping the model. So what we've got here is an opportunity for you all. And I got to say this too. If I piss you off, good, right? And I'm telling you what a big win that is for me, because I was such a kiss ass. I wanted you to like me. Everybody had to like me. It's because I had no sense of self at all. I just had no sense of self. I know who I am. And if I'm not pissing some of you off, I'm not doing my job. Because if you're not thinking about it, you're not, that guy's a dick. I know this. If you're saying that in your mind right now, you'll go back to your hotel and you'll start thinking about it, because I'm that important. And you'll start to process what has been said. And then the cool thing is we will be here for you to come back and process that. So I would submit to you as we get this started, if you're just here to get rich, get out right now, all right? But if you're here to provide massive value to our communities, to this planet, sharing your gift or contributing while you're finding your gift, welcome, because you're in the right place. Make sense?
Yes.
Give it up for Troy. My ego is still very much alive and well. And the cool thing about this is I'll end with this before I bring up my good friend, a guy who can truly transform my life, because he is a real guy, raised in Riggins, Idaho. A real guy, a friend. If I need help, he'll help me. He needs help, I'll help him. And when he launched this company, it was the first time in 4 years, post a divorce. Anybody who's been divorced knows what I'm talking about. It's just a dark, dark ass valley. And it was lonely and sad and scary, but it brought gifts, because it knocked off more of that ego, more of that status crap I thought I needed. And it brought me down to the essence of who I am, right? And so when Randall called me and said, dude, that's what I'm doing, I am in. Whatever I can do, man, I am in, right? And so it's felt so good to meet these amazing people, to get to connect with people like you, and now to get to watch you guys go through the process of scared and excited and elated to, oh, I made a mistake, to, oh my God, I got to win. Keep going. And that's the journey. That's what it is. It's not all cupcakes and ding-dongs. It's not all rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes it's rainy, Haley sucks, and sometimes it's magic.